Good morning. Happy Monday, everybody. Good morning, good morning. Thank you for joining me. This is my 10th episode in this series. So, if you haven't joined me before, please make sure that you catch all of the other 9 that I've done, because they all have a very important message behind them. And I think it's really important if you are in the industry to really learn about some of the things that are happening, some of the trends, some of the problems that the industry is dealing with, and how to evolve with it, because the bottom line is it's really important. So if you are a customer, it's important for you to understand too, so that you can support your professional as well. So that's why I do them on my personal timeline, so that it's available for anybody to see, and you can share it with, actually I would appreciate it if you would share the videos, because then more people will see them then as well. So good morning, Bridget. So if you're joining me, please let me know where you are from, and if you are an industry professional, or if you are a client, I would love to know. And if you are watching this on replay, please put replay in the comments so that I know. So when I follow up with comments, I know if you are watching me live or not. So today I can see the comments. I can't always see them. I don't know why. I don't know if Facebook just decides when and when I can't. So good morning, Stormy. So today I wanted to really talk about 10 different salon and spa trends this year. For those of you that don't know me and are just tuning in, my name is Lee Rader, and I've been in the industry for going on 24 years. I've been a licensed cosmetologist. I'm a former salon owner, and right now I am mainly actually going to be a global educator soon. I'm a national educator right now. And, really my passion is working with other professionals in all different capacities, whether it is through technique or, mentorship that way, or maybe it's within their business. Because as I go through a lot of these things, every week I discuss why it's important to be a business owner too. I think so many industry professionals are so into their craft, which is great, but you really have to be almost more business-minded these days than technical-minded, if that makes sense. You have to be really good at what you do, but you also have to be good at these things too, because if you're not, people aren't going to find you, or they're not going to stay with you, or whatever it is. So I do have to say, I did get some of these trends from Ingestible Beauty. I'm sharing them with you, and I of course added some of my own too, because I really liked what they said, and all the research that I've been doing, I agree with a lot of what they said as well. So if you want to catch any of my past episodes, you can just go to my website, leerader.com. I do have YouTube videos. I put these on YouTube after too, so that people can rewatch them there. You can just Google me and find me. I'm everywhere. Okay? So good morning, Joan. Good morning, Kathleen. Thanks for joining me. So let's go ahead and get started. So I do want to start with just saying, first and foremost, mobile devices and social media are more powerful than ever. So if you did not check my episode out last week, it's really, really important to do that, because I can't even get into that today because that was a whole nother episode. So mobile should be a seamless aspect of your business, no matter what. Social media should be utilized as one of your biggest marketing tactics. So if you aren't educating yourself on how to use social media, do it. Watch my video last week, go to a class, do some online research, be willing to learn, because sometimes it's a little bit hard at first, but if you start to learn, it gets easier and easier. And if you can't do it, then find someone that can do it for you, okay? Second, I want to say that the convenience of digital services and devices, like super retailers, like we think of Amazon, and I touched on Amazon and eBay in, I think, my first episode, okay? They are going to force salons and spas to step up their customer service game and technology, because people want convenience, right? So we have to give them a reason to keep coming back to us. And then last, as your clients become more self-aware of the latest style and product trends, businesses will have to focus more on continuing education, right? And in-demand products. So constantly be educating yourself. And that's an issue right now with a lot of people that I work with, is finding good education out there. It used to come to us, and now we really have to go and find it. And we've all spent money on education where we're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I just spent, hundreds of dollars on that. So make sure that you're getting good education that's valuable. Okay, so those are just 3 things I wanted to start with. Those aren't even the 10 trends. But I really think it's important to note those are all really good subjects on their own. So the first one I want to start with is Instagram and selfie stations. So we know that social media continues to drive the industry, okay? 78% of consumers say a company's social media post impacts their purchases. 78%, you guys, okay? So think about that. As a result, expect more designated photo areas to start popping up in other salons and spas. So do you have a photo area? And I did talk about that in one of my other videos. It doesn't take a lot of space to have that. You don't need a lot of room, but you do need a nice wall or backdrop, and you need good lighting, and that's it. Most people are using their mobile devices to take the pictures because the pictures are amazing, okay? So have that designated area. The space is perfect for marketing tool to show off the talents of your service providers, and that gives you, quality work to put out on social media. And posting client selfies as well can help increase social media. Encourage them to post a selfie and then tag your salon or spa, or even you, if you're just an independent, in there. Pictures with faces see higher engagement. We know that pictures grab attention from people. All right, so it can help increase social media growth and revenue as consumers are heavily influenced by their peers. People will go where people say they should go, right? I mean, I put out on social media all the time, like, does anyone know where I can go to get this or that? I value that opinion from my peers. Okay, so number 2, so that was number 1. Number 2 is natural beauty products. All right, you have to admit that things like organic beauty boom is part of a larger shift. Okay, natural products, people are educating themselves. They're finding out that maybe they can't use certain things. People are very sensitive these days to a lot of different products, okay? And they're becoming more aware about health and wellness. So, I don't care what your views are on, I shouldn't say that I don't care about it, but again, I'm in a lot of forums and people are like, why does it matter? Why does it matter? It matters, okay? People are looking for that. So, what I'm gonna say to you is they have more access to information than ever, okay? So if you don't have it, they're gonna find it. And a lot of beauty blogs and social media accounts are going, they're dedicated to going chemical free. So by the end of 2018, the global demand for organic personal care products is expected to reach $13.2 billion. $13.2 billion, okay? So the quickly growing industry will motivate many salons and spas to add organic products in their inventory. The other one I want to touch on is gluten-free products. Gluten-free products, because there's so many people that are, again, finding out that they're gluten sensitive, they have celiacs, things like that. So you have to research products and find that. Now, can you always find things that are 100% organic? A lot of organic things, that's a whole nother subject. It's all in the marketing, okay? But finding natural products or things with less chemicals are going to be a very, very smart thing for you to do and offer that as well as what you're currently offering. Okay, number 3, that leads me into it's time to start thinking about beauty from the inside out and supplement your beauty services and retail with supplements that target hair, skin, nails, and inner beauty. Beauty cannot always be on the outside. There's a lot of things going on inside of people's bodies that come out in their skin, that come out in their hair, that come out in everything, okay? So we can't always treat it on the outside, and we're not always really treating things, but we can't always help it from the outside. And so it's really important to start talking with people and finding more out about how's their digestion, what's going on, you know, what are their D levels like, what are their B levels like. I know we're not physicians, but that makes a difference in the clients coming in. So it's really important, okay? So Zion Market Research reports that worldwide dietary supplements are projected to reach $220.3 billion by 2022. All right? So there are products out there that are professional grade products that you can have available in your salon and spa that will actually help with collagen production, biotin, probiotics, antioxidants, keratin. You know, those are the kind of things that I'm talking about. And that's one of the things that I saw a trend years ago when I actually had my salon. And those were the things that really started to move off the shelves, because people are tired of using like less quality products. They're not seeing a difference. People are losing their hair. Now, granted, it's not always because of their, you know, B levels, but it can be a lot of times, okay? So it's really time to start thinking about that. So are you offering anything like that in your salon or spa or in your freelance service? So number 4 is chatbots. And this was really one of them from Ingestible Beauty. And I was like, what? Chatbots? But chatbots it's a service that you interact with via chat. So it would be something that your clients could chat with. It's not actually you, it's a chat bot. And you can actually have it interfaced with your Facebook Messenger, text messages, you know, something like that. And a lot of big businesses are using them on their websites, such as Sephora, MasterCard, Starbucks, big companies like that. But it's a way for you to answer customer service questions, maybe schedule their appointment, helping them purchase retail. And they are on the verge of becoming a regular part of business. And I think we've all had that on websites where it's like, hey, can I help you? How can I help you? That's what they're talking about. So last week I talked a lot about websites. This is something available on a lot of websites. So if it's not available on yours, find out how you can get that technology, because don't you think that would save you a lot of time if you didn't have to answer all those questions, right? So chatbots. Number 5 is the front desk. But we're talking about having less of a front desk. So this one too, I was like, this makes so much sense to me, okay? So I know it kind of sounds scary to not really have a front desk, and it really is meant to be taken literally. So going desk-less refers to removing the physical barrier between the front desk professional and the client. Because if you think about it, in a mobile-friendly world, customers already expect an engaging experience. And that really does put like a physical barrier in between your support staff or you and your client, okay? So the front desk, without that as a kind of a source of friction, they have the opportunity to enhance that customer service. It's more like comfortable. It's like more like open concept. Everything is really popular. You know, you walk in an Apple store and it's all open, okay? And clients can interact, and clients, you know, there's no blocks. They can come in very easily and it's comfortable, all right? So what I want you guys to think about is this can help salons and spas that, you know, are trying to compete with the retail giants like Amazon. Because if you think about it, many salons and spas are worried about the effects on their retail sales. If you're not, you should be, right? And removing the desk allows employees to deliver their customer service and give the experience to the customer. So a lot of times when I work with people, it's all about like how you make people feel, okay? And having that emotional connection with them. So whatever we can do to avoid, you know, all of the blocks of that and have that like open relationship where they feel comfortable, that's going to be a reason why they're going to come back to you. And I'll go over that when I actually talk about consultations, one-on-one consultations and that, because I'm trying to, again, keep on time here. So number 6 is continuing education. So think about it. With instant access to blogs, digital publications, social media, and more, clients are becoming more aware of current trends. So as a result, the beauty and wellness industries have become more education focused, okay, in recent years to help professionals stay competitive and up to date. So from apps to 3-day retreats to YouTube videos to demo classes, workshops, that kind of thing, we continue to see a boom in professional development. So beyond keeping up with the consumer, 76% of employees want opportunities for career growth. Businesses will need to find a way to fund continuing education as well as provide a career path for employees to retain employees and keep them motivated. That's a huge one, because why are employees leaving? There aren't a lot of, and I'm going to talk about this actually next week because I'm going to have a special guest next week, but we're going to talk about the amount of independent chair rentals versus employees and how so many people are shifting to that entrepreneurial mindset because they don't want to work for anybody. But that's really a struggle for the salons and spas that have a lot of employees. It's harder to find employees. It's harder to keep them there. It's harder to keep them loyal, which is a whole nother subject. But they want this education and they want it provided. And it's really getting hard to find. Okay, but it's out there. So number 7 is NFC Payments. And this is another one. I was like, what is that? Okay, we're talking about how people use their mobile devices to pay. In 2018, we will continue to see a boom of mobile-minded checkout options. So think of like Apple Pay, Android Pay, Samsung Pay. You know what? I'm going to even say even using cash apps or Venmo or things like that. So are you up for that? Because if someone comes in and now people are used to just doing that or paying with their Apple Pay. Apple's actually forcing you to actually log into that and tries to get you to use that. And so, you know, this is not going away, and it really is the payment of the future for 3 reasons. They're secure, it's a fast way to pay, and it's convenient for customers. All right, so you're going to have to actually upgrade to be able to have an NFC-enabled reader. So something you might want to check into, right? And does anybody already have that? Does anyone already have the option to accept like Apple Pay or Android Pay or Samsung Pay? I guess they all have them now. Is anyone already doing that? Because if you are, you're up with the trend. So I want to hear from you. So number 8 is curating customer experience. So that exceptional customer service does not stop at the front desk. That is the lifeline of the salon, and I always do say that, but personalization has been a recent focus in marketing tactics. But this year, we are seeing personalization taken to a whole new level. So people really like their own name. So businesses will continue to use their names and personalize as much as they can. They'll be adding more names to their emails. They'll be adding more to their SMS messages, on the mirror, next to the service table, at the check-in kiosk. People like their name and they want to see their name. It feels more personal that way. So on a welcome bag, I'm going to also say, in a thank you letter, thank you card for new clients, I'm really into that. But it's about curating that one-of-a-kind brand experience that's going to make you stand out. So some of the other ideas are the Instagram stations, you know, having like a personalized session there where you actually feature them and tag them in your Instagram, or even, I'm going to even say your Facebook. All right. So it's really critical to really start thinking about ways that you can do that in your salon or spa or in your personal business to just really make people feel special. All right, number 9, men's grooming. Men's grooming, huge, huge, huge this year. So in 2017, we did see a huge boost in the male grooming services and sales. Okay, so as a men's grooming industry continues to, or as the men's grooming industry continues to expand, this market is estimated to reach $60.7 billion by 2020. That's 2 years away. So this growth may be attributed to men's changing perception of grooming and self-care. Let's be honest, it's competitive for them out there too, right? So now more than ever before, more salons and spas are finding that men enjoy these services as pleasurable, leisurely activities and are more willing to spend the money for them as they were before. So men are becoming more knowledgeable about beauty. They are paying more attention to their looks, and with hair care really being the largest category and shaving and coming in second. And then barbershops are making a comeback, and I've even seen that around here. More and more barbershops are popping up. So it is actually the fastest growing profession in the US, and the number of barbershops has grown roughly 10% in the last 2 years. So are you capitalizing on men's grooming? And I'm so excited because I'm actually going to be, the company that I work with is going to be launching a whole new men's grooming product line soon. And I love that because they're keeping up with the trend. They're always ahead of the trend and offering those things for men. And I don't care where you live, men are using beauty products. Okay, even where I live, where it's very conservative, men are wearing beauty products. Now, they don't always want it to look like they're wearing makeup, but they are wearing something to give them a little bit more softer look or to lessen underneath their eyes. They're using more skincare. They're using, beard oils. They're using products more so than they ever were before. And I think that's great. I mean, I think it's powerful. It's amazing. Are you guys ready for number 10? How are we doing on time? See, I'm keeping on time, guys. I'm doing it. Okay, technology updates. So technology is changing faster than ever, and clients expect a certain level of technological convenience. So just like some of the things I mentioned, keeping up with the latest technology such as NFC enabled terminals that I talked about in number 6, mobile register and inventory tools, chatbots like I mentioned in number 3. I was going to say chat number 3. Business apps. Do you guys have business apps? And I talked about that in a couple of my episodes too. Two-way texting. All of that technology, because at the end of the day, people do not pick up the phone like they used to, right? They would rather message people or, so you want to think of those conveniences, technology conveniences that will help salons and spas continue to woo their clients, right? So as several of these technologies are out of their early adopter phase, expect this to be the year where many salons and spas and new tech bells and whistles and upgrade their peripherals and business management software. So, and if you don't have a business management software already, or if you don't have a way for your clients to schedule appointments, I would really, really suggest that you do that, because that's what they're used to now, and there's so many different platforms that you can use. But wouldn't that be amazing if you could have your own app for your business? And you could actually have someone create it and they could request certain things, or it's just another way for you to be out there and interact with your clients. And there are people that will create you your own mobile app. So those are the 10 trends that I agree with, that I have seen, and we're not talking like trends as far as, oh, this haircut is, in right now, or this color is in right now. These are all like business trends. So that's what I do. I help people shift with the trends. I help them implement different programs into their current business already, and I don't care how big you are. You can be just a one person show, and there's always ways that we can sort of look at your business and think of ways that we can start implementing some things that will bring in more revenue. Because next week I'm going to actually talk about the average income of a beauty professional in our country. I'm also going to talk about things like retirement accounts. I'm going to talk about things about benefits. I'm going to talk about schooling. I'm going to be talking about those things, and kind of, I really want to kind of open people's eyes up where it's like, what are you going to do different to get ahead and, you know, achieve your goals? Because at the end of the day, we can't work behind the chair forever. Because those of you that do know how physical it is and what it does to our body. And it's scary when you look at the salons and spas that are failing, or even the professionals that are either not able to continue to work, or they get to the end of their career and they're like, I have nothing, now what? You know, I've never had enough to really put away for retirement. I always kept saying next year. I could just never get ahead. And the other thing that's really, really interesting is when I always get ahead of myself, but I'm going to talk about how the industry has grown and how it's continuing to grow, but the income is not. The income is not growing. And so we need to really figure out why that is and what are some of the things that we can do to adjust the things we're currently doing and just think a little bit differently. And that's what I'm really passionate about. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you want to hear, some of the other subjects that maybe I could bring to you. And thank you so much for joining me. Have an absolutely wonderful day, and join me next week to see who my special guest is. All right, bye.